Hello, everyone, and welcome to Think Agile Tuesday here at SLH Wellness and Management. I am Sherress, your Agile thinker and your wellness strategist. On Tuesdays, we will explore the mindset, the tools, and real-world habits that will help you lead with clarity and confidence in every situation. Today, we're talking about something every manager, every entrepreneur, and every innovator faces, which is uncertainty. How do you make bold decisions when everything around you is shifting? And that answer is agile thinking. So let's go ahead and break this down. First, agile thinking isn't just for tech teams or software companies. It's an actual mindset for leading any team, any project, or organization with flexibility, speed, and purpose. And it's actually about adapting quickly, making sure that you're prioritizing what matters the most, and that you're using short feedback loops to make smart, evolving decisions. Agile thinkers ask this question: what's the smallest next step that I can take to move forward with clarity? And so, an agile thinking manager, they do not freeze in uncertainty, they actually learn how to flow through it. So, let's talk a little bit about it. Let's talk about adapting quickly. I'm going to give you an example. So, let's say a department plans to roll out a new software platform over the next 6 months. Now, midway through, there's a new regulation that is passed that impacts compliance requirements. And so instead of sticking to the original plan, the team decides to pause and shift its focus to address the regulation first and rework the rollout so that they can meet the new legal standards within 3 weeks. And so the agile insight there is adapting quickly means recognizing that change is not disruption. It's actually moving you forward just in a new direction. And so agile thinking managers view change as actual momentum, not an actual setback. So they adapt quickly, using it as a signal to pivot towards new opportunities and progress. Let's talk about number two, prioritizing what matters most. In this example, I'll give a manager has, let's say, 10 tasks that they have to complete on their to-do list. And it's during the week where they're trying to launch a new product. Rather than treating all tasks as equal, they began to just focus on three of those tasks. And that would include the client onboarding, the bug fixes, and the team communication, because those three things are the most crucial things to user experience and team performance at the time. And so the agile insight there is that agile thinkers don't ask, oh, what can I finish? They actually ask, what moves the mission forward right now? What do I need to do now in this moment? And so agile thinking managers focus on what moves the mission forward, not just what can be finished. Okay. And so this mindset prioritizes impact over activity, and it ensures every action drives a meaningful progress. Let's talk about number three, using short feedback loops to make smart evolving decisions. So for an example, let's say there's a wellness company and they're launching a new virtual coaching program. So after the first week, they send a 3-question survey to their participants. Based on that feedback, they then change the timing of the sessions and add breakout groups. And because of this change, engagement begins to double by week 3. So the agile insight there is that feedback isn't a formality. It's actually a fuel for improvement. And so agile leaders don't wait until the end to evaluate something. They improve things as they go. Agile thinking managers see feedback as essential, not optional, because it drives ongoing improvement. And so they don't want to wait for the finish line to make their evaluation. They make adjustments and they grow along the way. Okay. And so I want to talk about the 4 pillars that I teach to leaders at every level. The first pillar is clarity over control. This puts you right into that agile thinking mindset. So let's go into what I want to talk about here. So in uncertain or those fast changing environments, trying to control every detail is going to lead you to feeling burnt out, bottlenecking, and missed opportunities. And so leaders who focus on clarity empower their teams to make those decisions that are aligned with the bigger picture, even when the path ahead isn't fully mapped out yet. And so when you lead with clarity, you're actually creating a space for agility to happen, for trust to be formed, and for your employees to confidently work in action. Okay. The second pillar is people over process. Let's say that together, people over process. That means as an agile thinking manager, you're going to lead with empathy, you're going to listen actively and deeply, and you're going to co-create solutions with your team. And so why is this important? Because processes should support the people, not the other way around. And a lot of organizations do this incorrectly. In agile thinking, real solutions emerge from collaboration, okay? Not rigid protocols that are created by those who do not perform the job duties. So when you as an agile thinking manager listen actively and deeply and co-create with your team, engagement tends to rise. Creativity then begins to flow, and then the ownership increases. You have to remember your employees are also stakeholders in the organization, okay? People are the engine of innovation when they feel seen and when they show up, okay? The third pillar is progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. Get things done in small testable steps, okay? Getting things done is better than being perfect. All right. I think a lot of times managers think, oh, I have to be so perfect at this. It has to be the most perfect protocol or process ever. No, perfection is a trap. Okay. I know this because I'm a perfectionist and I had to learn this and I had to really understand agile thinking. It's a trap and it delays your momentum. So agile thinkers value iteration over hesitation because perfection will cause you to hesitate. So what an agile thinking manager does is they make process visible through those small wins and then they improve as they go along. So this mindset helps the team to move forward. It helps build confidence and it avoids any analysis paralysis. Okay. So you always remember that you can't grow what you have not started. So start small, progress over perfection. Okay. And then the last one is reflection fuels growth. Make sure that you pause, that you assess, and that you pivot often. Use feedback as your compass. Okay. Why is this important? Well, without reflection, leaders repeat patterns of behaviors. They miss blind spots, and then they lose connection with their team's reality. And so agile thinking builds in time to pause, giving you time to assess and reflect and then pivot, ensuring that every experience becomes an opportunity for learning. Okay. So growth doesn't happen after the fact, it actually happens in the feedback that is being exchanged between the two individuals or your team. So if you've been trying to lead in a rigid type of a system with outdated methods, this is your sign that to say that you actually need to pivot at this point because agile thinking isn't about doing more. It's actually about leading in a smarter way. All right. Drop a comment down below with your biggest leadership challenge right now. Don't forget to like this video. Give me those thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more weekly insights. And don't forget to hit that notification bell, select all so that you know when I do upload another video. Make sure that you visit my website, slhwellnessmanagement.com, to learn about my agile thinking training for managers. And I will catch you on the next video. Bye.